So he who thinks he must be obeyed thought it would be a good idea to show you what our before and after of this wonderful kitchen that I now have, what it's like, what the reno was like, what we like about it, and what we might have changed if we'd thought about it, all that sort of stuff. So to start with, here's basically what it looked like before, and you can see that there was no cupboard space, an island in the middle, and basically a very open space, very underutilised. But we've done lots of good things with it. So let me come around here to the front, and you'll see we started off, originally the kitchen went all the way here. So that was all kitchen. This was the open space next to the island. And now this side, this here is my cookbooks, and not all of them. They've escaped into the library. There's not enough room. And on the other side of this is the butler's pantry. Well, it's not a complete butler's pantry because someone decided to put the chickens on the other side so I couldn't have a sink. So I can see the chickens from the kitchen window. I just can't do anything with water in the pantry. But in every other way, it's a butler's pantry. So that meant this was just left as the actual kitchen, and then this is the butler's pantry. Come and look. So come in and have a look. So there is not an inch of wasted space in here. We had nothing above this wonderful coffee machine originally, but we've put in some shelving for all the coffee stuff. And this is his corner. Coffee. This is the only part he's allowed in. Underneath is the sugar and stuff like that, and this extra storage. But this is basically his spot. Nothing else is. That's how it should be.
I've been banned.
Well, you won't lift a finger in the kitchen. Why should you have a gorgeous butler's pantry? So I've got way too many appliances, as you can see.
No, there's no such thing, dear.
At the moment, we've got out the dehydrator, microwave, ice cream maker, mixer, food processor, the Ninja, the pressure cooker, Instacooker, whatever you want to call it, the, what are they called? Air fryer, the bread maker, and then the toaster and the kettle are behind me. So this is just lined with PowerPoints because I knew what it was going to be like. So
I think there's 8 double PowerPoints running along that wall.
Which is amazing. So on the shelving, there's just, it's all taken up. Like I've got labels on lots of things. There's just no wasted space at all. On the end wall, there's a whole lot of storage containers which ended up fitting in beautifully, like it was made for it. And then on the inside wall here, we've got my spices, some of them, not all of them. And then across the top, we've got the fry pans and the paella pan. So you can see we really haven't wasted any space. Underneath the spice racks, we've got all my aprons. There's a step ladder. There really isn't any wasted space. So you really, and it all fell into place. It wasn't all pre-planned. For the storage underneath the counter, there's a double cupboard here and a double cupboard opposite, and then the rest of the space is drawers. So in the top one, I've got all my foils and glad wraps and all that sort of stuff. And then underneath, all in here is my crockery. Underneath in this one is also crockery. And then these two are all my baking pans, and those 3 over there are canned goods and packets and things like that. So it's all very well sorted. And then as we went along, we found things like the mug hooks, and we found the basket sets, and those sorts of things just all fell into place. And I have a kitchen witch on the windowsill. Every kitchen needs a witch. We brought her back from Tasmania when we went to visit Bob and Maxine. So it works well for us. Oh, well, for me anyway, he doesn't use it. And then because there was still a whole lot of room in the middle of the floor, we bought this butcher's block, which has drawers that open from both sides. So either side, it's one drawer, goes all the way through. And then underneath, there are storage baskets on both ends, up and down, and in the middle stuff like my scales and the onions, stuff like that. So
But it's on wheels too, so you can move it out.
Exactly. So
And it's actually, it can be a serving table.
Well, we've used it. One time we decorated it with Easter eggs and things. We can just use it for our desserts. If we can just put it out, roll it out when we're ready, it comes in really handy.
But do you remember how small your cooker was?
Oh, the cooker was originally this size. That was the original one. So now I've got a proper cooktop with an electric oven underneath and this wonderful range hood, which actually sucks things out to the outside instead of a hole in the wall. It's ridiculous. And then there's storage either side of the range hood as well, and storage at the bottom. So on both sides there's storage, and I've got all big pots and all those little annoying utensils you never know where to put. They fit in beautifully in there. And then above the fridge we've got lots of storage on both sides. Our lovely big double fridge. The only thing is, when I open this side, I'm not going to show you because there's too much food in it for two people. When I open this side, I've got this to stop it banging on the wall, but when I go to clean it, I can't pull out the crisper drawers and things. So I'd want to rethink that. Well, it's too late now, but you know what I mean. Then we've got these great roller cupboards. You can put all sorts of bits and pieces in there. So all those sort of sauce bottles and things. And the top one's not a roller cupboard, but that's where I put my chopping boards and my extra bits and pieces. So I don't waste any space whatsoever. On the other side, we've still got kitchen drawers like we had originally. This is a roll-out bin with the recycling at the back. Very easy to use, nice and easy to keep clean. The usual under the sink junk. And then the dishwasher my family bought me for one of my birthdays. We kept the dishwasher and just popped it in here. And it's actually a really good spot for it because I can leave it open and it's not in the way of anything while I'm unpacking and packing it. So that works really well. Got a double sink now. You're allowed to talk, you know. They know you're there.
Oh.
Yeah. A double sink with a basket in it. I've also got this board over here, this bamboo board, fits over the sink so I could use it as a chopping board, but I don't need to. I've got this enormous kitchen bench.
And it's a stone top, so it's really good for pastries.
It's really good for lots of things. The bench used to go to about here because it was just past the sink earlier. Now it's
almost double the width.
Yeah, almost double. So on the other side of the bench, so we've got 3 bar stools, one's pulled out of the way at the moment, and under here is storage. So there's 3 double cupboards, and there's plenty of space in there for all those things that you don't use very often. Oh, that's where that tray is. Okay, that explains that one. The lighting was really important to me, so we've got the lights on in the main kitchen at the moment, but then we have this wonderful lighting, and it just adds so much more warmth to it. We decided to paint the feature wall at the end of the kitchen, and then if you look through the doorway you can see that the wall at the end of the hallway is painted the same colour. So it just sort of pulls it through and makes it flow. So that wall is for the kitchen and for the dining room. And then we'll just use some pictures to sort of highlight the fact that we have a gorgeous garden outside and we've brought some of it inside. But this is the main lighting we use. We found lights online that we liked, and then they sent us the wrong ones, trying to tell us
that we ordered it wrong.
Yeah. So we got our money back from that one and went to Bunnings and found exactly what we wanted. So
cheaper.
Yes, it was cheaper, and it was exactly what we wanted. So thank you, Bunnings. That was great. And then they also had the idea, I don't know if it was you, Joe,
Me,
Sparky.
yep.
Okay. So we can actually plug in our USB stuff here. So we don't have to always have, so there's a power point here, there's one at the end of the bench, a double. There's just power points everywhere, either side of the stove, if you want to leave a slow cooker there or something. So the whole thing is just packed with little features, lots of storage. And of course, I don't have enough kitchen storage still.
Of course not, because after all, there is two of us.
We do tend to entertain.
Well, we do.
Yeah. So I've got lots of party platters and things. I've got 2 slow cookers.
Bain Marie's.
Oh, I've got a new Bain Marie, which is just a metal tray that heats up and you can put your bits onto it. Mum bought me that for Christmas. And you can just put your hot things onto it and they stay warm without the Bain Marie sort of effect, little trays and things. So that is the kitchen. There are lots of photos along the way. You can see what we've done. I'll put them in there and show you how different it is. But
It's a complete transformation to what it was. That wasn't a working kitchen at all. It was a kitchen simply so they can say, oh, the house has a kitchen.
Exactly. And this is actually a kitchen for someone who likes to cook. I don't think the people who built this kitchen, I don't think cooking was a priority for them, which is fine. Everyone's different. But this is really now a much better cook's kitchen. And the fact that I don't have enough storage is more of a testament to my inability to say no to an appliance.
Well, that's sort of like me and my man cave, really, isn't it?
Exactly. So you can see by my cookbook collection that I'm very, very keen on cooking. I still have...
This, what you see here, is nothing but cookbooks. And you seem to be getting at least a new one once a week.
But people are kind and give me cookbooks and send me cookbooks. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Sam. And there's, like, I've still got, this is my Form 4, Year 10, no, Form 1, Year 7 cookbook. It was called Cookery the Australian Way. You can see that horrible Mrs. Mac made me put the stamp in the front of my cookbook, even though I paid for it and it was going to be mine. Nasty woman. You can see it's falling apart, but I still use it all the time. It is just one of those standards. And you can also see that I've got Dutch cookbooks, I've got Hungarian cookbooks. I don't limit myself to anything and I like to read them. So they just give you ideas and it's a fun thing to do and people all walk in and lots of people I know go, oh, and they get excited. But I'm very careful in who I lend my cookbooks to. So if I've lent you a cookbook, that means you're special.
It also means she wants it back.
I'm sorry, I thought that was a given. So unfortunately, my library is now starting to get cookbooks in it as well. Yeah, it's a bit sad, but, you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So thank you for looking at my kitchen with me. If you've got any suggestions or if you've got any comments to make and you think we should have done something differently, I'm always happy to get ideas. And if you know a really good place to buy secondhand cookbooks, let me know. Just pretend you didn't hear that bit, okay? Okay, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe as always and continue to watch the man and his madness. Bye.